What up, y'all? We out here talking about building our kingdom once again. What does it mean to build your kingdom? Well, I believe that every man has the opportunity. It's not a given, but you have the opportunity to build your empire, to build your kingdom. And that kingdom is something that you get to experience. How cool is that? And you get to craft it and create it the way that you want it to be. Will it be difficult? Absolutely. Will it be challenging? Of course. That's part of the journey, and you don't want it to be easy. But the cool thing about building that empire, building that kingdom, is one, you get to experience it, like we said. Two is you can invite other people into it. And lastly, it's what shapes you into the man worth following and someone that you respect at the end of the day. That's really what that does. It's a journey, the conquest that you set out, you embark upon. And so think about why that's important. That's what I want to talk about today, is why is that important that you do this, that you enter into this journey. And like I talked about before, it's what Joseph Campbell wrote about as the hero's journey. It's the archetype we see in a lot of modern movies today. It's what you see in Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, and other movies like it. Is you embark upon this journey where you leave the ordinary world and you go, I want the extraordinary world. I'm heading towards that. Rather than just following, like, what's the other path? Let's look at that. Like, what is the other path? The other path is the easy road. It's the one that's well lit because everybody's on it. You've seen it before. Everyone's going down that road. It's just doing what might be considered, hey, this is what you're supposed to do. Hey, Timmy, go to school, get your degree, get your diploma, head out, get this and this done, have the home with the white picket fence. I'm not saying that's not admirable. If that's your goal, if that's your desire, pursue that. But look at the whole lens. Like, look at what you actually want in life, where you're actually going. And even if you are doing that, look for the unordinary path, right? The things that maybe aren't well lit, the areas of life that you can navigate differently. Like, how do I make extra income? Or how do I start my own business? Or how do I meet a woman in this part of the world? Or, someone else here? How do I have friends that act and move and behave like this? How do I have different experiences? How do I have it so I have more freedom and time on my schedule? There's so many different things that you can access, you can become, you can create in life. Remember, like, you're the artist. You're standing at a canvas, a blank canvas, and you get to add the textures, the colors to it. And that's one of my goals, is to help you see what colors are you actually adding to the canvas? What strokes are you using to paint that canvas as you enter, ideally, the extraordinary world? Again, you don't have to. But I believe if you don't, you'll always exist as the boy. And there'll be a whole lot of other challenges. And that, my friend, is actually much harder, in my opinion. To live in that world as the boy, where you don't get respect, you feel like you're at the bottom of the pole, your woman cheats on you, leaves you, doesn't respect you. That's what that looks like, because you never evolve. You can't be trusted when you're the boy. You can't be trusted. Your woman won't even trust you. That's why she leaves, she cheats, she pokes, she prods at you, she pushes you. She's checking. Are you safe? Are you reliable? Are you dependable? And if not, it's almost like women will punish that out of you. So when you embark on the journey of the extraordinary world, one of the things that happens is you're forced into developing a form of confidence, because you go through challenging times. You face adversity along the way. You learn to overcome the adversity along the way. You realize that there's no one coming to save you. It doesn't mean extraordinary things and moments will happen. You will have opportunities, but you will have crafted yourself into someone worth earning those opportunities, rather than just getting like the gift necessarily, right? Or someone solving it for you. It will be a gift, but it won't be someone just solving it for you. You will have solved it, or you will have become that person who then matches with that opportunity versus just being given it. So as you're doing that, again, you're crafting yourself into somebody, and that starts to develop your confidence, which gives you a certain opportunity. It allows you to think for yourself. So you start to go, damn, like, I can show up for me. I was just talking with someone about this, and I was saying, essentially what you're doing when you do this is you're realizing that when you have confidence, you don't look to the group to make the decision. You look to yourself to make the decision. And that's the distinction of leadership. So as you learn to lead yourself, that's actually what you're doing, is you're learning to become a leader for the whole, for the collective. And ideally, that's what we need, is more healthy leaders. That's why it's so valuable that you learn to build your empire, because you learn to lead yourself. And then you're still going to be tested by your woman, but at least you're going to have a woman that supports you. she can follow you because you display the qualities of a leader. If not, if you choose to remain the boy, you choose to stay small, play it safe. So I got to keep my voice box. I'm talking a lot throughout the day, coaching. So I got to keep my voice like hydrated. But if you remain the boy, you don't enter the path. You don't take on those challenges. You don't develop that confidence. In fact, oftentimes what takes place, almost always takes place, is you will feel less than. You'll feel weak. You will feel unequipped. And so what does someone do when they feel those emotions? Do they look to themselves for the answer, or do they look to the group? What is everyone else doing? They look to the group. And then you create a consciousness, like your awareness literally exists within the group. So you think, act, behave within the group. You're always looking, what are we doing? Oh, we're supposed to go do this? Okay, let's all go do that. Oh, we're supposed to go get this done? Okay, we'll all go get that done. Where are we all going now? Okay, we'll go do that. You don't want that. We don't want that. We don't want you to be like that. We want you to be a leader. We need you to be a leader. So we need you to step into the challenges of life. Like, you got to take that shit on head first, right at it. It'll be difficult. It'll be challenging. But again, that's part of the process. It's part of what shapes you and crafts you and turns you into someone, again, that you respect and someone that's worth following. If not, you just remain the boy. We don't need you to be the boy. You don't need you to be the boy. So what are some other problems that come along when you decide to remain the boy? Well, you'll be tested by life. You'll be tested by a woman. And that's one of the biggest places I see it show up. If you're lucky enough to even find a woman, because women are designed with primal instincts. And when it comes to reproduction, they only have a certain amount of years, one, that they can reproduce. So are you going to be a viable option for them? When they look out and they go, hey, I'm looking for a man to reproduce with, they instinctually, subconsciously, in their DNA, understand what they're looking for. I need a man who's going to add value to the food chain, to my life, who can support this. Like, if we reproduce, what are our kids going to look like? What are they going to be like? How are they going to behave? Are they going to act like this fucking loser, this beta guy? No thanks. So one, you don't even stand out as a selection option for them, right? You don't display the certain characteristics they're even looking for. You don't speak to their DNA at all. And so then you feel lost, you feel left, you wonder, well, what's going on here? Why am I so, overlooked as a guy? That's why. You're not even coming up on her radar. There's certain signals, like a woman can understand how confident a man is. Research shows us this. Just by the way he walks in a matter of seconds. Like, think about that. By the way you walk, she already knows, is this guy a leader or follower? Is he someone who needs protection, or does he create protection? That's what she's asking. That's what she's looking for when she sees you. So again, if you travel that path, the well-lit path, the easy path, again, your brain actually wants that. Like, it does. The brain wants to conserve energy. It's also primitive. So back in the day, it needed to conserve energy. It needed to do easy things because it didn't have a lot of calories, it didn't have a lot of energy. But now you must lead your brain. It's designed for survival, not success. And so you learn to lead your own brain. You learn to go, wait a second, that's the easy path. From time to time, maybe, but this path is going to shape me. It's going to carve me. It ain't going to be easy, but it's going to turn me into a fucking man. And that man is worth following. So now, a woman looks into the world, two options. This guy or this guy over here. Which one do you think she's going to follow? The answer is obvious. She's going to instinctually see this type of man more. There's a lot of other stuff that comes along with it. It's not just this, but it is a very big part of it because you can't beat the DNA. It's always embedded in it. Oftentimes what will happen is you might get into a relationship. Maybe you're kind of on the fence there, right? You're at least on the journey. But then we go through moments that are challenging, that push us in that more beta box. We lose frame, which is a whole nother concept. I might have talked about it on a previous video. If not, I will at some point talk about it. But you lose frame. And so then that puts her into question everything again. And so what she's doing is giving you an opportunity to learn, to grow, to step back into that more leadership, strong space, that more alpha space. So that's what you do in that moment. You step towards that and you turn yourself into a man worth following. Because when you can stand up to the world, you show her that you can stand up to her. And that's beautiful, my friend. So head out, build the journey, do the extraordinary to become extraordinary. Till next time, peace.